Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.
And just so that you know, like at the heyday, at its peak, we had 6 dogs and 4 cats in the house.
What's happened to them?
Old age.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
just lived a long, long life. So yeah, no, it was pretty intense.
Oh, fantastic though. I bet they brought a huge amount of joy to your life as chaotic joy.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah, high on the chaos for sure. Okay, so this photo. Okay, this is just really stunning. It's a selfie. I'm assuming it's a selfie, where you are holding the camera at arm's length, and behind you is this like gradual slope of this beach. And the sand isn't especially. I mean, the sun is either early morning or late afternoon because it's angled. The sky is mostly blue, but there are clouds far away. You can see a hint of a park on your left. You can see the hint that it's cold because you're wearing a hat and a scarf and a jacket. You're at the beach. Why, Melody? Why?
Because the beach is my happy place. And I think it's the place that I just go to between writing and everything else in life to collect myself again. And I think if I could give from my own learnings and experience any advice to a wannabe writer, it would be to find your place, because you need to. You need that space. You need those moments in time when you can just soak in the environment around you, wherever that may be. So the beach represents, throughout writing these books on this journey, because, you know, it has been a journey, a remarkable journey. The beach has always been a place to me that signifies peace and stepping away from everything else in the world, really. Stepping away from the computer and stepping away from life in many ways, daily life, certainly. So that was just a shot to, I guess, remind me and to remind everyone listening that we all need that place where our heart rests. You need to rest your heart sometimes.
Sure. I was listening to this one neuroscience podcast where the big bit of advice was, because life today is all about distraction and attention, getting our attention pulled over this way and that way, he was suggesting that what we need to do is get back to this place where, for example, you're at a beach without a device and you're just in your body and you're just present and you're thinking whatever thoughts are coming through. And it's very meditative, and it's just a good place to kind of recenter and zero yourself. And now, but the thing is, the practice of writing is in itself, it's a meditation, right? Like, it's about sitting there and seeing, like, what is a narrative that's going to come, even if it's nonfiction. Like, you're still following a train of thought and you're recording that train of thought in words. So why don't you talk about, how did you land at the desk? How did you land to become a writer?
Well, for me, as I said, there was 2 different kinds of writing. The writing I did as a reporter, as a journalist, which I consider quite different to writing books.
Sure.
The previous writing me and the current writing me, I suppose. The current book writing me only happened because I discovered that the dolphins in the Port River were dying of some unknown disease, unknown cause. And I'd gone back to visit Adelaide, South Australia, where the dolphins are. And I was with my partner we're staying at a hotel, actually. And I said to him, I have to write my story now. Because I had to raise awareness again about the dolphins, and I had to let people know that these were amazing creatures.
Yep.
And in my view, dolphins really are the ambassadors of the sea. They help
Mm-hmm.
us connect to the ocean.
Yeah.
And so it was that quick. At that point, was happened that quickly that I just said I need to write this book. So what I did initially was actually wrote an article for Australia's only national newspaper, and I gave a hint of my story. I'd never really spoken about my story before. My friends knew about my background,
Mm-hmm.
but I decided at that point to start exposing myself a little. And from that point on, after I'd done that, I felt that I actually could write about myself. I'd never written
Mm-hmm.
about myself before. And that's when I decided to actually write the first book.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it evolved. I hadn't really ever intended being a writer per se, but
Mm-hmm.
it took something shocking to actually push me into action.
Right.
And now, as I said to you, I'm in action, and I've realised that I actually have quite a lot I want to say
Yeah.
and share. So that's what I've done. I've just kept going.
Going back to the photo with Jane Goodall, like you're a I don't remember the title. What it was? It was like an ambassador for cetacean.
I'm a member of the Jane. Actually, I'm co-chair of the Jane. I'm co-chair now, so I've had a bit of a bolster up in that. A
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks, Olivia. It's a voluntary position, so it's all good, but it's
Still
still great.
good.
It's all good.
Yep.
So I'm now co-chair of the Jane Goodall Institute's Cetacea Committee.
Okay.
It's really the other members of the committee who are really quite remarkable. They're
Right.
remarkable people, and I'm just really blessed to be given the opportunity to be part of it. To be quite frank with you.
Can I have one little factoid or one little call to action or little something for a listener to hear about why they should care? What do they need to know so that they get off their butts and go do something to help dolphins, whales, porpoises, all that stuff?
I know. There's so many. There's so many. I think we humans have the power to. Let me go back there. We humans have the power to hurt things or create things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think this goes back to the measure of how I judge other people.
Mm-hmm.
So use that power wisely. You can always judge somebody by how they use that power, whether they use that power to be kind and compassionate, or to wield that power for their own benefit and to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I would just urge people to consider using their power for compassion
Right. Right.
and realize that these beings, these entities, these individuals that live in the ocean and unfortunately also in marine parks where they're
Mm-hmm.
forced to perform for fish, are sentient beings.
Yeah.
They're intelligent, they're sociable, they're very much like us, if you want to,
Mm-hmm.
make the distinction. And we should be using our power as humanity to show compassion and care for their environment because it reflects on us as a species too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I get people to think about. Use your power wisely. As a human, you've got power.
Mm-hmm.
Use it for compassion and use it towards other things that don't have that power. Animals don't have that power,
Mm-hmm.
but we do. And we need to be compassionate about how we use it.
not the biggest ask in the world, but potentially the biggest ask in the world. What is the title of your first book, just so people know it?
It's The Dolphin Who Saved Me is the title of my memoir. The title of my the title of my lovely fantasy, which I do love. It's called A Cat Called Q and the Magic Globe.
Okay,
And the title of the rescue animal book, which is coming out in September, is just called Sheltered.
fantastic. Melody, look, just thank you so much for the conversation. It goes by very quickly.
It really does. It's an hour.
Okay, but like I just want like, is there any last thing you want to? So, for example, somebody like let's say a younger you, or just somebody trying to figure out where to put their energy and time. Who can they reach out to, for example, to join and support you, like, or join the Jane Goodall Foundation, or
I really encourage young people to get involved with the Jane Goodall Institute's Roots and Shoots program, because that's a fabulous program. It's in every part of the world, and it really does encourage individuals to make a difference,
mm-hmm,
and really facilitates that. So I'd really encourage that, and that doesn't require a monetary donation. It's not about money; it's about time and getting involved with
mm-hmm,
the program. So that's terrific. And I'd also encourage people, and this is going to be a little controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. Before you go to a marine park with captive dolphins, just do your research. Consider it.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Consider
Not
it.
so controversial, actually. It's
Well,
just do the right thing. Just do the
just
right
do the
thing.
right thing by the animal, and
Yeah,
and think about whether you'd want to be in a tank doing that for the rest of your life.
right, right. The Dolphin Who Saved Me.
Yes.
Definitely a book worth getting, by Melody Horrill.
Oh,
And
thank
sorry if
you.
I've butchered your last name,
No, you
but
didn't. That was pretty good, actually.
okay,
Thank you,
thanks.
Ran. I really enjoyed the chat. It's been great.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and have a great weekend in Melbourne.
Enjoy Hong Kong. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.